Hello, you are welcome back to my channel. In our today's class, we are going to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula method. In our previous class, we derived the quadratic formula, and in this particular class and video, we are going to use the formula to solve quadratic equations. Now let's consider a few examples. Given 5x squared plus 3x minus 3 is equals to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. We want to use the quadratic formula method to solve this quadratic equation. Now let's compare this equation with the general form of a quadratic equation. Now compare 3 with the general form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. You see that a is equals to 5, a is equals to 5, b is equals to 3, and c is equals to minus 3. Don't forget the minus. C is equals to minus 3. Now, substituting this into the quadratic formula, which says x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now substituting the values of a, b, c into the formula, we have x is equals to minus open bracket, b here is 3, close, plus or minus square root of b is 3 raised to the power of 2 minus 4 open bracket, a is 5 close, and c is minus 3, all divided by 2 times a, which is 5. Now we will simplify this. X is equals to minus 3 plus or minus square root 3 squared is 9 minus. Now minus 4 times 5 is 20, and minus 20 times minus 3 is minus 60. So we have plus rather 60, all divided by 2 times 5 is 10. So let's simplify this further. We have x is equals to minus 3 plus or minus 9 plus 60 is 69. So we have square root of 69, all divided by 10. Now 69 is not a perfect square, so we have to resolve it into certain decimal points. Now when you use your calculator to find the square root of 69, that should give you 8.31 to two decimal places. Now we have x is therefore equals to minus 3 plus or minus 8.31, that is to 2 decimal places divided by 10. This implies that x is equals to minus 3 plus 8.31, all divided by 10, or x is equals to minus 3 minus 8.31 divided by 10. X is equals to minus 3 plus 8.31 will give us 5.31 and divide by 10, or x is equals to minus 3 minus 8.31 will give us minus 11.31, all divided by 10. So if we divide this, we have x is equals to 0.531 or x is equals to minus 1.131. Now these are the roots of the equation 5x squared plus 3x minus 3 equals to 0. Now we'll look at our second example. But before we go into our second example, kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. And do not forget to turn on the notification button to always receive notifications of my new videos. Now let's go into the second example. X squared minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. And let's solve this by the quadratic formula method. When we compare with the general form, which says ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Our a here is 1, that's the coefficient of x squared. A is equal to 1 and b is equal to minus 6. Each time there is a minus, be very careful enough not to forget the minus. Minus 6. And our c here is equal to 9. Now, we will substitute this into the quadratic formula and solve for x. The quadratic formula says x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Now substituting, we have x is equal to minus. Now this is a point where a lot of students make mistake. There is a minus here and b itself have minus. So do not forget to put both of the minus. Minus minus 6 in bracket. Now plus or minus square root of minus 6 raised to the power of 2 minus 4. Our a is equal to 1 times c. Our c is equal to 9. All divided by 2 times 1. Now, a lot of students also make mistake while putting the denominator. They put the division sign from here to here, forgetting the minus b part of the equation. Now, one has to be very careful with these common mistakes. Now, let's simplify this. X is equal to minus times minus will give us plus. That is 6 plus or minus square root. Minus 6 raised to the power of 2 is 36. Now, minus 1 times 1 minus 4 times 1 times 9 is also minus 36. All divided by 2. Now, x is equal to 6 plus or minus 36 minus 36 is 0. A square root of 0 divided by 2. Now we have x is equal to 6 plus or minus 0 divided by 2. Now x is either equal to 6 plus 0 divided by 2 or x is equal to 6 minus 0 divided by 2. This implies that x is equal to 6 over 2 or x is equal to 6 over 2. Now you have 6 over 2, 6 over 2. That implies that x is equal to, now 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. That implies x is equal to 3 twice.